John, it's so great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's nice to have you back here in our makeshift studio. Breakbulk Americas is coming up. Tell me, are you excited?
I am. Coming off of Europe, I think we're all expecting a big turnout this year. Everybody seems pretty excited about getting together. You know, with business coming back, we're going to talk a little bit about that. I feel there's a lot of energy this year in the industry, and so, yeah, we're expecting a good show.
Excellent. All right, here's a question for you. If you had a colleague from another company, not yours, who came and said, gosh, John, we're thinking about exhibiting at Breakbulk Americas, what would you say to them?
I highly recommend it. We've been exhibitors for many years at Bertling, and every year we see the value in being exhibitors and having the stand and having our name out there, and it helps us meet people for sure to have the booth rather than if you're just as an attendee. So I think if you are one of the service providers in the industry, there's absolutely value in being an exhibitor, and that's why we continue to do it.
Excellent. What types of companies are you looking to meet this year?
Of course, meet up with the EPCs that we deal with. And I think all of us in the industry see meeting with our service providers just as important as meeting with customers, right? That sort of dovetails to a little bit what we're talking about with our panel this year too around service providers and capacity. So you've got to work on those relationships as well.
Yeah, you are on an extremely interesting panel, which is actually a doubleheader. We'll have Amanda Duhan from Energy Industries Council give us sort of an overview of several different sectors, renewables, mining, oil and gas, manufacturing, and then you'll come in after that and give your feedback along with some of the other panelists to talk about, are you ready? Is the industry ready to tackle these projects? So let's just start with a simple yes or no. Are we ready?
Yeah, I think we're ready. I think some of us certainly see the way we're focused in certain geographic areas with the comeback now of the industry after COVID. Certainly the projects are coming back online. We're all seeing a lot more RFQs. There's more and more FIDs coming out, the final investment decisions for projects to move forward. But it is sort of geographically centered, it seems a bit, with Middle East and the US. Of course, there's projects going on in other parts of the world as usual, but we're really seeing activity in these two areas, a lot of it focused around petrochemical, some around the energy security issues and building up new capacities, LNG terminals, for instance. And we're seeing, specific here to the Houston area and the US, the renewables continue to grow, and power projects with the Inflation Reduction Act from the government. So they're funding some of that. And also we're seeing chip plants being built as well. And then the industries associated with electrical vehicles as well are funding some projects.
Yeah, interesting. So where are the gaps? Where do you see areas we might need to fill?
I think one of the things, of course, we talk about every year at Breakbulk, and for certainly why we have the Education Day component, staffing. We continue to be short-staffed. In the U.S., we have extremely low unemployment right now. That certainly affects service providers. That affects the trades with the construction workers at the job sites. I think also because we're centered in certain areas with the projects, it's not really spread out. You know, we continue to see sort of a focus on the Gulf Coast. Some of the chip plants are around the country and the power projects are, but historically we've been focused down here, and there's a lot of projects coming online, which I think are going to constrict the resources, whether it's on equipment with trucks and barges, and also with the tradespeople. And for those of us on the service side, logistics providers and the EPCs, finding the staff to manage these projects, right? There's more and more coming on, and we're all sort of reaching into that same pool of people to hire. So yeah, we need to look at who's out there now, possibly from other industries, but again, continue as we do at Breakbulk with the Education Day. We've got to entice these young people to come into this niche area of the business because we need the workforce.
Absolutely, and what a great career opportunity and good timing.
Yes, yeah, for the students coming out now, it couldn't be better. Certainly the ones that were graduating right around the time of COVID, or if we go back, 8 years when the oil price decreased, they had a tougher time. But for the students coming out right now, there's plenty of opportunities for them. I think also some of the capacity issues that we'll see, some of the projects in the U.S. Could have Department of Energy funding. some of the battery plants and things related to electric vehicles and the chip plants. And so when you get into that, it's a little bit similar as far as the restrictions with vessels like with Exim Bank projects. So if there's government funding, you need to look at U.S. flag vessels. So some of these plants that are being built, if they've got Department of Energy funding behind them, then there is a requirement for U.S. flag. And I think as we start to see them, we're going to have to look at the capacity on the container side, for instance, with the U.S. flag fleet.
Right, absolutely. Well, this sounds like a very interesting panel to listen to. So I'm excited to see you all together on the main stage come Breakbulk Americas.
Yep, thank you.
All right.